What's up, weirdo? Shadetree Surgeon here, and that is a sound I would not get tired of. Well, unfortunately, this 131 and a lowrider ass with legend suspension, I'm gonna have to get tired of this thing, okay? Because Kimberly's coming to pick it up here pretty soon, I think next week. Looking forward to meeting Kimberly, the person who won this 131. I think she bought 5 raffle tickets total. And here, talk about a coincidence, although I guess it's not that much of a coincidence. She's actually the mom of one of the guys in my Discord. So there's a guy who's a member of Shadetree Army in the Shadetree Army Discord, which the link to is on my Patreon. It's the only Patreon reward. Sorry, even the guys in the Discord didn't get free tickets to this or anything like that. Sorry, guys, no rewards. I don't know what to tell you. Although the reward was they got to help pay for a couple of the other bikes that I gave away, although none of them actually won them. But my man Swerve, his mother Kimberly, won this bike, and I think that's so freaking cool. Although, as cool as it is, I'm still gonna miss this bike. Working 140 horsepower on this freaking motorcycle. God damn, this thing rips, boy. Swerve, I hope your mom lets you ride this thing every once in a while, because this thing is a monster. 140 horsepower, 131s aside. It's time to get off this bike. I'm riding it to go work on a much humbler motorcycle, my ADV Sportster, the 2001 883, aka Plan B, baby. It may be nowhere near as exciting to twist the throttle wide open as this 131 is, but I'm hoping that little Sportster is going to take me on some really exciting adventures. Now let's go see if we can build our very own ADV bike. All right, up here at the shop, and I got a couple of main goals for the old Dirtster today. I mean, yeah, I do got to get it running because, you know, I initially started out this project going like, man, I've got so much time. I've got all the time in the world. And all of a sudden now I've got my shakedown run on it because I've never even taken the thing off road yet. Shakedown run on it coming up in less than 2 months. So I got to get boogieing on this thing. All of a sudden my I don't have a time frame has turned into I have a time frame. But today on the agenda, get that seat fixed up and get front brakes back on that thing. Let's do it to it. And one thing about these crash bars is sure securing it to the lift a whole lot easier. I knew there was a reason I was keeping Diplomat around as an unpaid intern. We just fabbing up this seat, and I think that it's always good to have a second set of eyes around because they'll start to see stuff that you didn't. And Alex immediately saw something I didn't about how to mount this seat, and I think this is actually going to work out really, really well. So let's get to grinding. Kind of straight.
That was the straightest one you got.
That took some life off the cutting wheel there, dude.
All right, well, we got David here saying he's going to buy an adventure bike, so maybe he'll come do part of the Trans-American Trail with me. And it's our idea now, comrade. Our idea. Looks like it's working out great so far. We all just had another great idea together. Basically, what I thought of was, we thought of was taking these things right here. David says, hey, I know a little bit more about Fabricating than you. This is what you do when you want to, easily find where those holes are supposed to be. You just stick a little paper towel in them, put WD-40, or I think you use some anti-seize or whatever, red paint, something like that. And then you set your thing on top of it, and that's where you make your punch marks. Good thing I thought of being friends with you.
All I had to do was drive 3,000 miles. Our concourse driving behind a piece of shit.
Yeah, right? Yeah, just set that on top of it, and I guess that's her.
And then you do your side, I do my side. Ready? Yeah.
Boom, we have 4 marks.
So you're fine to take credit for the punch jobs.
It was my idea, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but this is called a a center punch, Yeah.
I did not know that.
No, they're very, very neat.
Jeez, that's good for me.
I'm like, what's happening? I was like, what's happening? I was like, that's as far down as it goes. I was like, what did we run into here, Chief? one day I'll have a nice drill press. This thing is freaking built a whole chopper though, and I fucking bought it on Amazon for like 180 bucks. All right, if at first you don't succeed, make the holes bigger. All right, measure once, not twice. Well, the holes are definitely bigger. Let's see. Ah, does that look better?
That looks way better on my end. What about your end?
Oh, it looks great. Oh wait, no it doesn't. Third time. Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm, baby. It fits. Dude, now I wonder, it's like, okay, now that that's in there like that, I wonder, does it bolt in or does it, you build something that slides into it?
Yeah. We could even build something that, like a brace that goes through it.
All right, well, here's the new plan. So what you're seeing there is a strap, that things fall over there, a strap that Alex, the diplomat over here, has devised. It's going to bolt into where these shocks bolt up on the subframe there. And so, you know, learning from this guy over here that holds the exhaust up, we figure, well, hey, we can bolt this in here too to hold the seat up, and then with another stanchion in the middle, Alex has suggested, and then one up front. I think we're in business, bud. Maybe. I just gotta hold my 300-pound ass up. I'm just gonna fucking go ahead and tell you that right now, dude. Really fucking hard without you, man. If not, I just don't think I could have done it, period. Yeah, we got room to drill a hole just enough on this side. Dude, Alex, that part's done. It's done, dude.
Yeah,
That's done.
Yeah, that's it.
What the hell is that, man? You're hired.
Your 401k.
No. Oh, well, what? You know, hired. When I mean say hired, I mean, you know, no, don't get paid.
I quit.
Come on. No such thing. You can't quit.
Locked in for life.
What's happening now?
Catching the purple corner.
This is I'm like, literally brought it out with me. I'm like, what am I doing? Thank you, Shelby. Damn, why aren't we doing that the whole time? Oh my gosh, yeah, fabrication. This really comes in handy. Holy crap, dude. That's awesome. You gotta take everything on and off freaking 37 different times. It's pretty damn close, dude. I think that's definitely good enough for rock and roll, you know what I mean? Damn, by all that chipboard, fucking new welding shit, Alex is like, let me show you a better way. It's fucking true though.
Get them to you to that side. See what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. To like, almost like take this and like
kind of
twist a bend up into it. Kick this up a little bit so I'm not like, I want to have a little bit of a hump here if I can. So I'm not getting pitched too far forward, you know?
Check this bracket I found. Right. Think about here.
Huh?
See that?
Oh yeah.
And then that is this. So there's a hole here. And then
You just bolt it right to that, yeah. No problems whatsoever. Everything's perfect, man. That's what I like, all right? The custom way. Look at that, with the scrap lying around the shop, baby. That's how they do it when they do a custom. Just whatever you got lying around. I'll say that again. Anything to stop me from welding is a good thing. Like Grandpa always said, man, if you can't tie a knot, tie a lot. All right. Dude, Adam Sandoval built one of these too, except he's got like a whole team. He's honest, he's not trying to lie to nobody. He's just like, yeah, I'm not building it. Fucking these guys. It's that place, Motorcycle Missions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All those vets, the vets. Yeah.
Yeah, and they, like, I've seen their stuff. They're building like full on like SEMA bikes and shit like that. I mean, this bike is gonna be insane. What happens with this, David, is so much easier to stand up. You go from sitting to standing. Yeah. You're gonna be sitting most of the time.
That 10% where you need to stand, you need to stand.
That's fucking it, man. That's it.
Damn, with that quick release, baby, you could put some fucking cotter pins in there. Dude, talk about freaking engineered, all right? The Custom way. Custom. How does it work? Nobody knows, but it's exotic.
Did you figure it out yourself, or was that Alex?
Huh? I figured it out. Alex perfected it.
Okay.
As in, I figured out what I wanted.
So there's no stolen valor here?
No. I figured out I wanted this here, and then Alex perfected it. Full finishing touches. I'm the big idea, man.
I aided in my own conception.
Oh yeah, I travel back in time. I'll put it on my dad's butt.
Oh man. Oh, can anybody say edit?
California quiet air compressor. If it wasn't a Chinese company, they probably would have sent me one right now, but they don't care.
See if we can do this without putting a hole in my wiring harness too. I would just be so dumb.
The piece was bouncing.
No, it would just be so dumb to freaking go through this and be like, well, there goes the freaking main wiring harness. Which end does it plug into?
Amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, custom.
Looks really good.
Dude, I like, besides the gap and like once it's all the shit in down there spray painted, I love it.
Notice like we call it a cafe cross.
Yeah. This came off a Triumph Scrambler.
Yeah.
So
It's a capster.
Cafe cross.
It's a capster.
see if it, with it up like this, if that's the move. Or is that too high?
No, that might be doing the trick. Let's get them two back ones centered up.
And once these are all bolted down, dude, I think, dude, that's the fucking move, isn't it?
Right there.
That's it. Because I want it, I don't want it too far back, because then you don't have the support here.
Dude, I could wrap that in a piece of leather.
I know, right? Oh, you wrap it in vinyl, you'll be able to tell the fucking difference, man.
Put all your weight on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fucking it. That's it. That's done. That's it. Damn! There you go back. Fucking, that's it, man. And then the stance, like, these look a little, they're like, look so fucking, they're tall, but then like you stand up on it like this. Anyone who's like between 5'10" and 6'3", you know what I mean? Like you stand up on that thing, and you're like, yeah, that's exactly what it should feel like. What are you, 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'4".
6'4", there you go, man.
Dude,
Maybe they might be a little low
the
for you.
distance ain't even that bad.
Yeah, it's the stand. Well, I'm saying the bars might be a little low for you. Well, let's figure out how that piece of wood's staying there because might as well use that piece. It fucking fits in there perfect, huh? Dude, it's like all this shit was made for it, Alex. All this shit in here, it's like it was fucking made for it, dude.
We don't even have to figure out a way. That shit ain't going nowhere once the seat bolts.
I mean, that. Let's figure out a way to bolt it on there. You're right. I mean, you're right though. Like. That'd be some shit. Take it all the way across the country off-road. Be like, what's that holding up? I'm just fucking hanging out there.
That's
Yeah, no biggie. I gotta do it because I'll put an arrow and I'll be like, which way does it go? And then I'm gonna spray paint black.
I was originally told him to round stock, with like 2 pieces of round stock, and have him sit in.
Man, I would just take one of those, clamp it over like this.
Oh, yeah.
Hose clamps. That's what I would do. I love
I'd take a big hose clamp. Man.
No, wait, you know what, man? Keep it simple, stupid. Why not? We're also talking to David here, who's used to having to engineer farm equipment out of freaking like whatever the hell you guys were doing out there on your farm.
Yeah, growing up, my dad had his garage and we weren't allowed in it. And so we had to make stuff and had to build our own parts and, you know.
I've been there, obviously. So.
Well, that's my dude. This is what I'm used to too. It's not like, oh, we got all the stuff. It's just like what we got. What do we have lying around? We'll make something out of it. Take something off that one. We can fix something up for that one later.
Exactly. The car's not running. Take it off of that. We'll fix it later.
Nobody said it was gonna be perfect.
No.
Just not sharp enough to cut me. I want it. You didn't do nothing with me on it, so.
That feels really good.
It feels right. It feels like good for you, like because you're tall, right? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
you ever ride a sports that feels like that? Hell no, dude. You feel cramped up on one, right? You know what else it is? The foot pegs. I dropped them an inch. That makes a big difference too. It's solid, but you know, someone might be like,
No.
I don't know about that shit. I don't know about that piece of wood, man. I don't know.
That piece of wood ain't going nowhere now. Just get the like Hispanic beads long enough to where you just cover the whole thing.
Dude, I might actually do tassels. You know, I like to make the shit look fucking
Hell
fun.
yeah.
I might actually do tassels. That'd be pretty fun.
Tassels here, tassels on the ends.
Well, yo, I think I'm gonna let today end on a W. That thing, even though I have yet to actually ride down the road on it, is solid as a rock. And it feels really, really, really good. Huge thanks to my man, to Diplomat. Absolutely could not have done this without him for a bunch of different reasons. One, because of some of the fabrication stuff. I think that having two brains here working on it, especially one that works well like Alex's does, really helps. And then also just a frustration level of having someone else here help you. Someone else is helping you fabricate something. It just is a lot easier to not get frustrated because they're not getting frustrated. I'm gonna end today on a W. That's the last thing I'm gonna do on the bike today. It's not the end of the video. We'll be back at it tomorrow, but that feels really good. And I'm gonna go ahead and go home feeling good. We'll tackle those brakes tomorrow. Okay, day 2, and I'm still not unsupervised because now Shelby's here to make sure I don't get into too much trouble over here. Okay, we left off yesterday with a W. We're gonna call that C to win. We could definitely make it look a little cleaner underneath, but it holds me up. So moving on from that, let's go ahead and finally get those Brembo brakes on this thing. Old braid of the fucking old bullshit, fucking 10mm missing. My 12 point though, so not that big of a deal. But still, I've always prided myself like 10mm miss. My 10mm never missing though. Hey Shelby, you think I ought to Loctite this aluminum here on the brakes, like these going into here?
Negative until you final assembly. But when you final assemble, yes.
I do. I got everything like already shipped out because I already put it on here before.
Blue though.
California, quiet air compressor. I always want to say pedal. Got a pedal?
Firm geyser out of it.
Nice, a firm geyser. I didn't know this was going to be that kind of show.
Hell yeah, man.
With that caliper on there, 2 fingers should be plenty to stop this thing.
Yeah, let's stop it.
I feel like these newer stock Harley ones, not bad.
Yeah.
Like if it stopped fine. It's not about the stopping power because that can only stop so hard.
Exactly.
You know, you're like, okay, I got a Brembo brake. It's going to stop so good. That doesn't mean it's going to stop any faster. The brake that was on there was about all that rubber can handle with no ABS. So the rubber's going to give way before the brakes do. There you go. It's all about the feel. And when you're off-road, especially on the front wheel, you want as much feel as possible. All right, next up on the menu, now that Shelby's here to help me solder, because I can solder, but I solder like I weld. Like I said, if you can't tie a knot.
They're about as good as Mike Branch.
Shots fired, baby. Shots fired.
Y'all gonna get a lesson. Wait, again? Didn't I do
Yeah,
this
I think you've already soldered stuff for me and taught me a lesson. Let me go back and watch my own video here. It looks like it's cockeyed in. It's got to be the other way then. There's only 2 ways you can go on. I guess, maybe. Okay, now that I have it mounted the right way, let's continue. Oh, hey, look at that. I don't know about this. Well, you know, you're right this time, Shelby. Everybody gets one a day, you know. Well, dang, dude, it's almost a bike again, Shelby.
Alright.
Dude, now that we got the template for this thing, we could build another one so fucking fast. Now we both could fucking do this shit. I really want to make sure that those tires, I want to make sure they stay on the bead because they're set up to be tubeless. You can obviously still run tube in it. Flats, much really rather have a tubeless. I just want to make sure.
Plug it.
Exactly. So I just want to make sure that they, without a tube in them, that they actually stay on the bead. You know.
If and when at all possible, always stagger your connections.
There you go. Remember that. Lesson number 1, Mike Branch. Stagger those connections. The reason I'm not doing this right now is just because Shelby's a better teacher than I am, and this is all for Mike Branch, okay? We're just thinking about you, buddy. That's why I'm not jumping in there.
You can do this with a pair of vice grips. I like to use hose clamp pliers.
Oh.
Put your stuff back.
And so get out of the way. Dang, dude. You know how many times I've been fighting some crap like that? There's a tool for that? Of course there is.
It's not for this.
Oh, okay, but it works for that. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've been fighting them wiring harnesses like that. That makes sense. Let me tell you another thing I've forgotten to do. You know how many times I've forgotten to put heat shrink on before I solder it? Enough times to never forget that shit again, you would think.
Cornerstone of any good soldering joint is a good mechanical splice. If you don't twist your wires together and you can't pull it apart like that, you just kind of like take your wires and kind of bend them together, you'll have a good mechanical splice. So if you can't pull it apart like that, when the solder penetrates, it ain't coming apart.
I thought you were going to say blood. I thought you were going to be like, the good cornerstone of a solder is a little bit of human blood, but I guess that other part makes sense too. It's got them both, so.
Love this Milwaukee soldering iron. 18 seconds.
Nice. Well, they used to tell me in auto shop all the time, when I messed something up, they'd be like, you let all the smoke out the wire. It's ruined. Dang, you know, when I film you soldering, I don't have to speed it up. When I film me soldering, I got to put it on like 20 times freaking sped up just so people don't get bored and click off the video.
Bring back far enough you don't have to worry about accidentally overheating the wire and melting your heat shrink before you get to use it.
Hey, guess who else has done that? Mike Branch. And me. Sorry, I'm actually talking about me. I love how every mistake you're like, hey, this will happen. I'm like, yeah, I've done that. The difference between me and you is that I've done it like recently. What I'll do sometimes too is I'll make my solder so fat and spiky because I suck at it that I can't get the heat shrink over it.
And if I didn't have freaking hot fried dust all over my fingers, I'd probably be able to do this.
Yeah.
Nothing's stabbing me. Nothing's poking.
Well, how'd you know you done it right if nothing's poking you through the heat shrink?
That's how you know you've done it right.
I did it different when I did it. I imagine that's so much freaking more even than running a lighter under it. Ask me what I've done with a lighter trying to do that and burn right through one before.
I did too back in my younger days. Hopefully the flux in the solder will get rid of the Cheetos dust on my fingers.
A little bit of Cheeto dust helps your mechanical connection, actually.
Yeah.
This is a really good song for every bike I've ever owned.
You guys probably can't hear it, but I can sing it for you.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
A lot of the stuff I've done to this bike isn't so much fixing it. I've just kind of made it a little worse. All right, pay close attention, Mike Branch. Damn, dude. Shelby, that looks freaking amazing, dude. Done it a time or two. Can you just put it in reverse to take the heat shrink off? No, huh?
That's probably it.
If we want to, we could just pull that off and stick it right back in a stock headlight too, right?
Yep. Look at that. One bar.
Damn.
That was fully charged. That's all I did with
Damn,
that.
dude. You ain't kidding.
Big, fat, stupid battery,
Yeah.
but they're like...
Oh, they're so expensive, yeah, so I was looking at them. Pressing Shelby into labor one more time to help me get this carburetor tuned before he skedaddles.
God, 87! Ah, my burn!
87? Should it take it? That's what it takes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't the vomit comic, which will need...
That'll definitely need the 93. A little higher compression on that guy. So Shelby pulled out the plug, saw that they were just like bone white, even though they were used. So he goes, hey, we are running a little bit lean there, baby. So going up one size on the main jet. Since I've never done it before, I'm just going to go ahead and do it with my man here.
I need you to break out the magnifying glass and the reading glasses.
You still got it. You ain't old yet, bud.
Not yet.
Everything was adjusted out to the max for like to bump the fuel up, right?
Not to the max, but I don't want to really go into before you test anything else. Any scientist will tell you only change one variable at a time.
You know a lot of scientists?
No, I don't. But I consider myself one.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself. I always say is I'm a scientist. I'm performing experiments when it comes to beer. I keep waiting for the next beer to taste worse than the last one, but it never happens. It always tastes better.
Until you find that cigarette butt.
Yeah, the experiment continues. Yeah, the cigarette butt. Oh my God, dude. I've been to a house party since I was about freaking 19 years old and drank a beer with a cigarette butt in it.
You only do that once. Unless Cammy's around, then you might have.
Yeah, Cammy is the worst about putting for cigarette butts in beers.
When we talk about an existential crisis.
Oh my gosh, the minute you feel it, because everything is like, good beer. Oh my God!
I don't know, let it get warm.
Okay.
Like you need an excuse.
I know. I'm like, oh no, go ride the bike again? Sounds awful. I think I might need intake seals. Yeah.
I mean, you can get it as close as you can possibly get. Yeah, take that.
I'd like you to ride it as well. I thought I heard something coming, an oscillating sound coming from the front end. Could be just those brakes setting in. It feels fucking great. It really does.
Uncock, wait.
All right. Righteous stunt medals. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead and have to say that's a negatory on that one. Everyone swears by them. It just never, I could never get it to work right for me. Might be my fault, but there it is. We're going back to stock.
Plus, can you get one of these in the middle of Northwest Virginia?
Oh, it's going to make me feel so much better to have the fucking stock shit on there. Anything that goes farther away from stock makes me nervous. I mean, I like it, but it also just makes me nervous about going far long distances, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Says the guy that's got
Everything
one
is
working carburetor on his profile.
Yeah, but I bet that thing will go across the country.
I bet it will too. Under protest.
Yeah, I know. I keep meaning to get a stubby set too. I just don't know if I want to get icons because they're weird. They're supposed to have like this thing on the open end where it like goes on easier, but it always just feels to me like I'm going to strip it out. They just feel loose on there, and I don't like it. I think if I'm going to get stubby wrenches, I'm going to get something else.
Anybody but Icon. They're not that great.
I've had these tools for a while now, and I'm not impressed.
They're premium priced and shat, in my opinion. I mean,
And not that I know everything, but even as just like a regular consumer who went from Craftsman to Icon, I'm just like, I would pass.
I would take Craftsman all day.
Yeah.
Honestly, for the money, you know me, I'm a Snap-on whore or a Matco whore. I would totally take Craftsman.
Icon.
Even regular Pittsburgh over the Icon shit all fucking day.
Dang. That is about all I need to fucking hear. I don't think there's anything wrong with their fucking sockets. I'm not going to get rid of them, but
Yeah.
the wrenches I'm not crazy about. Their ratchets are freaking garbo. God, they're so bad. I can't believe how bad they were. I was shocked at how terrible they were.
Pittsburgh, baby.
Dude, you got me a true believer in Pittsburgh stuff, man. I don't understand why it's so much better than the Icon stuff, though, because the Icon is really just... Their ratchet's so bad. How they can get away with it. How they just they're made by the same damn company. But I want to know, that's part of the reason I bought them. Because I was like, I'm going to do a real test on these. Nobody's buying them for me, nothing like that. I'm doing a real fucking test. And dude, it's been a year and a half. The test is over. They suck. They'll say like, oh my God, he's bought off by Snap-on or whoever I end up using. It's like, no, dude. These things, I've used these things for a year and a half. Icon, here's your review. Don't waste your money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Shelby might be all about the Snap-on, but I've got no loyalty. All right, I'm just telling you right now. Don't buy Icon. Don't waste your money. This shit sucks.
It's a Pittsburgh bitch.
Yeah.
I just want to snap on it because I think I'm cool.
Yeah. That already looks better, doesn't it? A weird ending on a video that was mainly about building my Sportster, but would you guys like to meet Kimberly, the winner of the 131, baby? And it's got a name, so we never actually named this vehicle. And Kimberly walks up and goes, "That's Ohio State colors." all right? And his name is Brutus now, which is the Brutus the Buckeye. I couldn't think of anything more perfect. And let me tell you what, she come up here and we were sitting here going like, oh no, it's a girl, she's gonna be able to ride it. Does she know how to ride? I mean, I wasn't really thinking that, but you know what I mean? It's a 131, it's a 143 horsepower machine right there. You're going like, I don't know, man, I hope you know how to ride. Let me tell you what. You look at that outlaw shit over here. This chick freaking rips, dude. You ain't got nothing to worry about. That girl right there knows exactly what to do with 143 horsepower. and her old man over here is going like, yeah, I'm real polite. I keep my mouth shut. Hey, there's nothing like a gorgeous, powerful woman in your life to teach you how to be polite. So, yeah, awesome. What's the Instagram, Kimberly? I love that. I always love it when someone doesn't know it, and I really do, because it's like, I don't really care about no Instagram. I'll have it down below. It's Kimberly Richter 948. I'm about to go follow her right now, and if you guys want to follow her and keep up with that bike, you go ahead and do so. But let me tell you, you better bring the heat if you want to keep up with that bike. And if you want to keep up with this girl, all right, you come correct. We're going to plan a party over there in Ohio at the Hardtail Saloon. Oh, she has a flower.
I'm not going to Ohio. You can't make me.
Can't make her, but she's gonna go. So they after Kimberly won the bike, she went to the Hardtail Saloon. Nobody would believe her. They had a big old party there afterwards. Lost her voice. They all got drunk. Let me tell you, we're all cut from the same cloth here. I promise you.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna go up there and throw a party at Hardtail Salon and with Lacucci. No, that's us.
We have good luck.
What's it called?
Hardtail Saloon.
No, the town. Chillicothe. Yeah, we got a lot of weird names like that down here too. So here in the next 4, 5, 6 months, next week, I never know what's gonna happen.
Oh, you know.
We'll see you at the Hardtail Saloon. All right, y'all. That's gonna about do it for this video, although we got a lot of footage with Kimberly coming soon. Sportster is almost done. Got a few finishing touches on it, and it's time to take it out to Croom and see how that thing actually holds up off-road. After that, all I gotta do is fab up some mounts for the bags that I'm gonna run, and we're pretty much ready to hit the road. I mean, there's not really anything left to do to this thing. I got a big shakedown run coming soon. Don't worry, I'll be filming all of it, including the inevitable failures. I just want to leave you guys off on this. If you're longtime watchers of the channel, if you watch every video, you'll definitely know the one and only Kirby Kelsey, her of the Rats and Wrath fame. Great supporter of the channel, great friend. She's also a bartender at the Dirty Shame. If you've ever been to the Shame, you most likely have met Kirby. Kirby runs Rats and Wrath, and she just started a pre-order for the most Florida shirt ever, and I just wanted to share that on here because I always like pumping up my friends' businesses, and I also never like being wrong. And Kirby's doing this pre-order, and she says, I'm not going to sell very many of these shirts. I think it's a great design, but she's just going like, I'm not going to sell very many of these shirts. I'm gonna screen print them all myself. And I was like, you fool! You can't screen print them all yourself because you're going to sell so many of them. So anyway, she disagreed with me, and she's doing it all herself. So those pre-orders are live right now, and if you're watching this and you like that design, let's go ahead and prove her wrong. I want to make sure she's got so many shirts to screen print once she gets these pre-orders done that she doesn't know what hit her. I'll help with the links to ratsandwrath.com and Kirby Kelsey's pre-order down below. Kirby's an amazing, one of my best friends, and a great artist, and it's a really cool shirt. So check that down in the description. Until next time, y'all, keep it weird.
Sunshine, lollipops, and green booze. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together.